So, about 2 weeks ago, I watched Cars 2 for the very first time, and I was very surprised by the quality of the movie I received. What people said about it painted a very clear and negative picture in my head. I really thought this movie was going to be awful, like people said. But when I watched it, and there ended up being a lot of films that I liked about Cars 2. So this video is just a simple defense of what I liked about Cars 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Cars 2 is good. It's a good movie, and all the Cars 2 haters can go suck an egg, because I'm about to cook you with this video. Sorry, avid Cars 2 haters, including Bonzil28. You are my best friend, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to absolutely roast your ass with this one, because you're about to get demolished by my airtight Cars 2 defense. First reason why this movie is good, and this is the one that stood out to me most as I was watching this film. The action scenes are great. They have such a high speed to them, and there are so many moving parts that they're just such a exciting thrill to watch. I see a lot of people credit the first fight scene with Finn McMissile as the best scene in the movie. Some people call it the only good scene, but I actually think that the later scenes are even more exciting. The airport chase is fun and dynamic, and it makes for an interesting location to have a scene like this. What with all the planes and the trams and all the set pieces that come with that location, plus the fact that the action scene is set up with Finn McMissile being towed by Mater during the chase. It's things like that that always add a little bit of spice to all the action scenes that make them stand out from your typical blockbuster fare. And the best scene that shows this is definitely the climax. This is like, without a doubt, the best scene in the entire Cars franchise. I love how insane and chaotic and energetic this climax is. It's like the peak of everything I've been talking about so far. Basically, Lightning McQueen is chasing Mater, and he just wants to make a big inspiring speech about friendship. He's like, Mater, I'm never letting go of you again. And he's chasing him all around town. Meanwhile, Mater literally has a fucking bomb attached to himself, and Lightning won't let go. Then the jet boosts go off, and they go flying all across Paris. And I'm sorry, but like, this is just a great scene. It's energetic and exciting and funny. It kind of feels like if the action of Fast and Furious crossed over with the slapstick humor of the Three Stooges. If that sounds like the most awesome thing ever to you, then it is. Sorry, but this is just the best scene in the entire Cars franchise. It takes a great bombastic chase scene and it adds a zany sense of humor to it. Oh my god. This scene is so funny and so exciting. This is peak right here. This is the best scene in the trilogy, without a doubt. Number 2, Francesco is a really cool character. He's funny in a kind of jerky sort of way, and I like watching him, and to be honest, I don't think this is an uncontroversial opinion. I think even the most avid Cars 2 haters can admit Francesco is a cool character, and I think we can all come to peace with this fact. Quick interjection here. Now that I think about it, I also really like Finn McMissile and Holly Shiftwell. I like all the new characters introduced in this movie, which is one of the best things the sequel can do. I just wanted to mention that. Alright, back to the regular video. Number 3, and this is one of the big ones. I don't think Mater is a bad protagonist at all. Now, the fact that Mater is the main character instead of Lightning McQueen is one of people's biggest complaints and one of the big reasons why I avoided this movie for so long. Because when you say Mater is the main character of a movie, it is not hard for me to imagine why that would be bad. Especially because I don't particularly like Mater in the first Cars movie. I think he's kind of annoying. But unlike the first film, he's really not that dumb. He has a redneck accent, but when you actually look at the things he does, he's not that stupid. He's kind of just like a silly guy, but he's not like actively dumb. And granted, it's been a long time since I watched the first Cars movie, so maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe it's a completely different reason, or maybe I would like Mater in the first film if I rewatched it. But all I know is that I like Mater in this film because he's an earnest guy. He's just a sweet, earnest guy. Maybe he's not classy, but he always tries his best, and he's a very genuine person, or car, I guess. But that's why I liked him here, and I didn't mind him being the protagonist of this film. What are we at now? 4? The racing is more exciting. In the first film, Lightning McQueen is basically a NASCAR driver. He goes around in a circle for a couple laps, and that's his race. This film takes more inspiration from Formula One race car drivers, which means the races are across all these unique tracks all across the world. So we get all these cool locations like Japan, France, Italy, Britain, and the courses have interesting twists and turns about them. It's not just the same oval over and over again. There's actually variation, obstacles, things that are unique to each course. And I just think that's more exciting and appealing to me. Next reason, number 5, I think. I kind of lost count. There is no liar reveal plot, and it would have been very easy to do that. In fact, one of the big reasons I avoided this movie for so long is because people told me, oh, it's about Mater, and they mistake him for a spy, and it's bad, and I thought for sure I knew what this movie was. It was going to be a stupid liar reveal story, but to my surprise, it's not a liar reveal story. It would have been so easy for them to have a scene where the spies learn he's not actually a spy, and then they get mad at him, and then there's like this stupid split up thing, and then he ends up returning and saving the day, and they learn to appreciate him. But instead, when they learn he's not actually a spy, they just say, well, you may not be an official spy, but you got us this far, so we are putting our faith in you. And that's really nice and also really unexpected, because before I saw this movie, I was like 99% certain there was going to be a liar reveal plot. Because, again, it's about him pretending to be a spy, and everyone says the movie is bad. And liar reveal plots are such a common trope in kids' movies. And the fact that they don't do it is a really pleasant surprise. I don't understand why we praise movies like Road to El Dorado for avoiding very easy liar reveal plots, but when Cars 2 does the same thing, no one mentions it. No one has ever mentioned how they avoid this annoying trope in media. And it's about time someone does that, and I guess that person will have to be me. Next reason, number 6. This movie is a little freaky, and that's really funny, you know? These days, it feels like the funniest thing in the world is when a normal movie will get freaky for no reason. And Cars 2 does that all the time. Watching freaky scenes like this with your friends is one of the best things you can do. I watched Cars 2 and 3 with my friend Bonzo28, and while I would say Cars 3 is the better film, Cars 2 was a lot more fun to watch just because of these weird, funny scenes. I had a good time watching them, and they were very fun. Number 6. This movie answers some major questions about how the Cars universe operates. It's no secret that the Cars franchise might be one of the most confusing and nonsensical animated worlds to ever exist. I mean, it's a world of sentient cars that have no explanation. But this movie actually answered some questions I had about how the cars work. Now, of course, they still didn't answer the big one, which is, of course, how did sentient cars come to existence in the first place? Like, you know, how are they born? Do they have sex? Are they being made? Who's making them? There's no humans. What's going on here? But we get more answers on the anatomy of a living car. Like, they drink gasoline, and leaking oil is the equivalent of peeing yourself. Plus, the car Pope shows up, which could support car creationist theory. And also, that means that car Jesus existed. And number 8, and I think this is gonna be my last reason that I'll give, which is fitting because my 8th reason is the ending. I like where the characters end up at the end of this film. At the end of this movie, everyone in the film is at a better stage in their life. Mostly Mater, because he's the main character. I like that Mater gets a sexy British girlfriend. That's nice. I like that. And I like how Mater can go back to being a spy whenever he wants, but he chooses to stay a tow truck, and he keeps the jet boots, so now he's faster than Lightning McQueen even. I know that Cars 2 isn't like a beloved movie, but come on, they should have at least had Mater's girlfriend at least show up in Cars 3, even if she didn't have any lines. They could have acknowledged her existence because, you know, I like the fact that Mater gets like a sexy British spy girlfriend. I think that's cute. It's a nice ending. I like it. And I like Cars 2. It's a good movie, and I'll give it like I don't know, like a low 7. I mean, it's not a perfect movie. I do have some issues with it. It doesn't have like a profound message. It's just like friendship is good, but you know, Onward had a very interesting and profound message, but the movie itself was so lame, so I didn't give it a good score. You know, Cars 2 is just a fun movie, and it's not turn your brain off fun, it's just genuinely a good time, and I still have a good time even a month later when I'm just thinking about the things that happen in it. It's a good movie. I'd recommend it. Check out Cars 2 if you haven't. Maybe you'll like it like I did.